Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to talk about, do you look too comfortable in your executive LinkedIn profile? That's what we're going to talk about today, and you may not even know what I mean by that. So I am going to explain, and then we're going to dive into if you have the gut check that you might be looking a little too comfy in your job in terms of how you present yourself on your LinkedIn profile. So what do I mean by that? Lisa, what do you mean by do I look too comfortable on my executive LinkedIn profile? Well, I'm going to tell you. So sometimes when you're at a job for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, or longer, right? It could be 20 years. And even if you've had promotions, even if you've had upward mobility, expanded responsibilities, even if you've had movement and progression in your job with your same employer, if you haven't promoted your wins, your achievements on LinkedIn or even your company's wins, but on your profile, if your profile looks like you are comfortable in your job, your employer may see that. Not every employer is like this, right? But some employers will get a vibe that you are comfy in your job, and some employers take advantage of that. And so if you look too comfy in your job, even if you're not actively looking, even if you're gainfully employed, very happy, maybe you have all the bells and whistles at your employer, but if you find that you're maybe all of a sudden hitting a bit of a plateau, or you're not getting the raises you once were, or you're not necessarily the first to find out about internal opportunities the way you once were, if you find that you're not at risk in any way, but you just find that you're not in the forefront in any way, my gut check question to you is, do you appear too comfortable to your employer internally and externally? By externally, I mean how you present yourself to the world. Because you obviously don't want a LinkedIn profile or your activities outside of work to scream that you're looking for a job. You don't want that, right? Nobody wants that. But you want to put out a presence that makes your employer go, people are going to want this person. People are going to want you, right? So we better put our resources behind retaining this person and be proactive. That's what a decent, progressive employer is going to do. So, you want to make sure that, decent, progressive employer will do it outright, right? So let me rephrase that a little bit. But employers that see that some key employees are attractive to other companies, to their competitors, they're going to do a little extra legwork to make sure that you are happy in your job. So you want to make sure that you come across like you're not a commodity, and that you are someone who can be attracted to another company, or attractive to another company. And so this is what I mean by don't appear too comfortable, right? So make sure that your profile is always putting forth an image that can make a competitor go, I really want that person to come here and work for us. That should be the goal that you have with your external branding, your external messaging of what you put out to the world. Not in any way that you're, open to offers all the time. Nobody wants to employ that person, no matter how good they are. But if you come across that you are committed, you are loyal, but you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the achievements and the track record that is attractive to other employers, it makes your current employer say, you know what? We need to do what we need to do to keep this person happy. And so this is a point that, even if you're not actively looking for a job, that, we recently had someone hire us who was not looking for a job, very happy in their position, but they want to be able to be viewed for the next level in a proactive, subliminal way by looking the part before they need it. And, and if it doesn't happen within the current employer, then at least this person has everything, all their ducks in a row for possibly looking for that next opportunity elsewhere. This person would love for it to be with their current employer, but they realize their responsibility is to look the part before that opportunity presents itself so they can step right into it. And so, if you look this person said, I don't want to look too comfortable, and I love that, right? So, we tell that to clients all the time, do you look comfortable? But it was nice to hear that back from somebody who saw the same, who felt the same idea. So, this isn't necessarily a pitch by any means, to buy our services, even if you're not looking. This is something you can do on your own, right? You've watched my videos in the past. We had 50 people on a LinkedIn mastermind, LinkedIn executive profile critique mastermind that we just did. And some of the information I give out for free is just make sure your tagline is marketing you. Make sure the first 40 or so characters of your summary sell you, so someone can be incentivized to click and read more about you. Make sure you have your wins on your experience sections for each of your your employer sections for each of your experiences that you have. Make sure that you do have an updated, modern profile picture. Engage on LinkedIn, talk to people offline. This is all stuff that's out there. And obviously, that we're here to help you if you need help with it. But don't wait to do this until you're looking for a job. It is almost too late. Not that you can't do it when you need look for a job, but you're just a little bit behind the 8 ball when that happens. And then you're stressed out because now you got the whole uncertainty of the job thing happening on top of getting all this stuff ready. But be gainfully employed, be happy in your work, and want to put out a progressive brand. Look the part before you need it, and make your employer see your value because they see you value you. And then they will know that they have to put in effort and resources to keep you happy, keep you developed, keep you engaged, keep you challenged, and keep you supported. So again, if you look too comfortable, the employer may focus on those that are not comfortable, right? So, I hate the phrase squeaky wheel gets the grease, but it exists. That phrase exists because it's true, right? So you don't necessarily need to be squeaky, but you need to just look like you're worth having effort invested into. So this way they can proactively retain you as opposed to having you get recruited by an external company. So that's my message for you today, is to make sure you don't appear too comfortable. And signs that you may appear that you look too comfortable are, again, I mentioned them earlier, but just to recap, if you're all of a sudden not finding out about internal opportunities, but you used to find out about them, or you're hitting a bit of a plateau with salary increases or bonuses or both or other financial incentives, or you maybe have asked for non-financial perks and compensation elements to your package, and they've been slow to respond, or they don't respond, or you've been outright told no. And it doesn't mean you're necessarily on the way out, because there's definitely those blog posts and lists that are the signs of what you should be aware of if your job's in jeopardy. You may not be in jeopardy at all, but if you start to see that things are slowing down a little bit, that's what could be happening. They view you as a sure thing. They know you're not leaving. They can depend on you. And so, again, you don't need to threaten anything or come across that you're leaving, but you do want to come across as someone who is attractive to other employers, and therefore they need to do the work to maintain the relationship with you, and they aren't looking at you like a sure thing. So that's the message today, is just make sure you keep up your branding. So this way your company knows and that you're worth it and you're on their radar, right? You don't want to not be on their radar as somebody to invest in. So that's the message here today. So with that said, if you go into the link down below, I have some resources that you can use to do that. And this way you'll you know, always be on the forefront, and regardless of whether you are looking for a job or not looking for a job, you just have this ready and you already look the part before you need it, which is the main goal. So thank you so much for watching. This is again Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, premier executive resume writing company. If you think this will help someone, I'm going to ask you to share the video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I'm going to ask you down below to subscribe to the channel. And like the video if you did like the content here today. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, or just comment below, because I read and reply to every email and every comment. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.